This is QTV News. I am Mamudu Gajiga. Thanks for joining us. First, our headlines. As President Barrow's nationwide tour gets going, he says his main focus is on developing the country and making its people better. Vice President Dr Isatou was at the launch of the Rice Value Chain Transformation Program, which is expected to transform this country's rice growing sector. On the second day of the TRRC sitting at Jambur, we hear more from victims of the ex-President Jammeh's 2009 witch hunt. And we hear from some of the 13 Gambians currently taking part in the Young African Leadership Initiative YALI in Ghana. The initiative is the brainchild of former US President Barack Obama. For more on these and other stories, stay tuned. This is QTV News, and thanks for joining us. And now, the news in detail. Speaking on day one of his ongoing Meet the People tour, President Barrow said he is focused on developing the country. As Ali Cisse reports, Barrow is confident of accomplishing his development aspirations.
Speaking at different well-attended meetings in Fas Njaga Choi, Chila and Kuntaya on Monday, President Barrow reaffirmed his commitment to addressing the plight of Gambians, a reason he said why Gambians elected him in 2016. In response to the many concerns raised by locals, which include road, water and electricity problems, President Barrow promised to address their concerns. He informed the people of Nyomi of his government's plan to construct the Hakalang Road leading to Jufre. Works and Transport Minister Bailamin Job confirmed that the construction of the Hakalang Road will commence soon. The Gambian leader used the meeting to advocate peace and unity and respect for the rule of law. At Fas Njagachoy, locals appealed for a senior school and an ambulance and a better supply of electricity and water, as well as a skill training center. At Chila and Kuntaya, the concerns were virtually the same. Here, locals want a timely supply of fertilizer and seeds for farmers. There was also unity among all three communities in renewing their support for the president and his government. Tourism and Culture Minister Hamad Ba revealed government's plan to build 2 hotels in Bara and Jufre to boost tourism in the area. Agriculture Minister Ami Fabure promised timely supply of fertilizer to farmers in the next farming season. Education Minister Koledana Cole promised to address the education-related issues raised. On Tuesday, President Barrow and delegation held meetings in Salikenye, Saba and Farafene. Also, the president's efforts got a further boost with the news that the 8 expelled UDP National Assembly members officially confirmed they were joining the Barrow's camp. Reporting for QTV News from Kerawan in the North Bank region, I am Ali Cisse.
The Rice Value Chain Transformation Program was launched on Monday. This follows the signing of the project document between the government of the Gambia and the African Development Bank. Aisha Jan reports.
The rapid increase in the population, together with the escalating rural-urban drift, uncertain rainfall patterns and environmental degradation are posing serious threats to food security in the Gambia. The Rice Value Chain Transformation Program aims to increase rice production by moving from subsistence rice farming towards commercialized market-driven farming. The African Development Bank representative, Mr. Ken Jum, says the Gambia continues to import over 179,000 metric tons of rice per year, whilst the country only produces 36,000 metric tons. He says the project seeks to contribute to food and nutrition security and enhance economic growth by reducing rice importation. He further clarifies the targeted beneficiaries of the project.
This, we believe, will provide about 15,000 value chain stakeholders with support. We are going to target 500 young entrepreneurs in the rice sector and about 30 small and medium-scale enterprises that will all benefit from this project. And much of this support will also be targeted at women who are the key rice producers in this country.
The Vice President of the Gambia, Dr Isatou, says the Vulnerability Assessment Framework report published in June 2017 indicated that around 500,000 people were at risk in terms of food security in 2016. This figure has increased to 993,298 in 2019. As a result of the late onset of rain and long dry spells, resulting to low yield of major cereal crops. However, she says all hope is not lost.
This notwithstanding, there is a huge potential for rice self-sufficiency. Modernizing the agriculture sector is one of the cornerstones of the National Development Blueprint, and rice value chain as one of the priority intervention targeting production to increase up to 112,000 metric tons by 2021.
She adds that the bold strides taken by the government and AFDB towards rice self-sufficiency in the country and Africa are in line with the objectives of the Continental Investment Plan.
Self-sufficiency in rice in Africa, contribute to food security, identify priority segments of the rice value chain for investment, identify additional investment along the rice value chain, enhance involvement of private sector, contribute to job and wealth creation.
Marcel Nwalozi from Africa Rice says Gambian farmers should switch from using grains to seeds, such as the Nerica variety, popularly known as the new rice for Africa, which is resistant to drought and flooding, as well as pests. The total cost for the first phase of the project is $7.7 million. The Islamic Development Bank will provide an additional $26.55 million to support rice infrastructure in the Gambia. The Rice Value Chain Transformation Program will be implemented over 5 years, from 2019 to 2023, with interventions predominantly in the Central River region, North and South and Upper River region. Reporting for QTV News, I am Aisha Jain.
Witnesses in Jambur village have continued to testify on the ongoing witch hunt exercise that took place in 2009. In today's hearings, a witness from Jambur and 3 women from Galoya explained to commissioners their ordeal at the hands of the witch doctors. Babukar C. has more.
The 3 women, Lamarana Jallo, Sukai Jallo and Fatou Sow, residents of Galoya, were the first to testify. They were among those arrested by the witch doctors and taken to Kololi. Lamarana Jallo recalled being arrested at the market where she was selling vegetables. Fatou Sow was cooking lunch when some men took her away, telling her that she is sick and needs treatment. Sukai Jallo was pounding coos when she was arrested and escorted to the boss and taken to Kololi. According to them, they were forced to drink the concoction and spoke of the effect the drink had on them.
Well, after drinking, I spent the whole night in that condition until in the morning. That's the time when I became conscious.
I've been here.
Well, my whole body became limp. I just went out and lied down on the ground. And I slept until the following day in the morning. Well, after he came and asked me, I told him I've never eaten anybody. He said, you better tell the truth, or else you might drink this concoction again. I've never suffered from high blood, but from the day I drank this, I started suffering from high blood.
The 3 women say they have been birthed naked by young boys who accuse them of witchcraft. Since their release, the trio say they are suffering health complications and others have accused them of being witches. Next to testify was Seniba Bojang of Jambur, who told the commission that he was also arrested in 2009 and taken to Kololi. He said he was also tricked by the witch doctors that he is sick and needed treatment. His arrest, he alleges, was orchestrated by the Alcalo of Jambur. He was also forced to drink the concoction, he said.
When he gave me that, I drank. I wanted to bring out the
But you
leaves.
me abuka nyakoni jibe da kungule bijimira ka kete.
I wanted to pull out the leaves from my mouth, but he said no, I should chew it. But still he didn't raise up his head.
Nabalo biringa nyimboro mi man correct. Nabalo man correct.
After drinking this medicine, I was not correct.
Still now.
Up to now.
Since their release, Mr. Bojang said most of them never regained good health. As a result, more than 10 people have died, which he attributes to the concoction they drank. Babu Karsi, QTV News.
13 Gambians are currently participating in the Young African Leadership Initiative YALI in Ghana. According to the Gambian Fellows, it's a life-changing experience. Our reporter Jambur is currently in Ghana and she spoke to the Gambian Fellows.
The Young African Leadership Initiative is a signature effort by the former U.S. President Barack Obama to invest in the next generation of African leaders. The initiative aims to support young African leaders as they spark growth and prosperity, strengthen democratic governance, and enhance peace in sub-Saharan Africa. Currently, 13 Gambians are participating in the fellowship, 4 are on the civic leadership track and public policy and management respectively, while 5 are on the entrepreneurship track. Fatundur is a participant under the civic leadership track, and according to her, she took part because she believes in self-growth in order to contribute to the Gambia's development. JCJ Da Costa says his friends motivated him to apply for the fellowship because when they returned home from the program, he saw how it positively impacted their lives. He also spoke about his experience so far in the public policy track.
We have gotten to have a practical way of understanding public policies. How do you form a public policy? Why is it that we have default public policies? Okay, maybe it is not implemented properly, and also how important it is to have a public policy that works to help people to grow. One of our facilitators said, if public policy fails, the entire system, the entire country would fail.
Babukar Fati talks about his plans once he returns to the Gambia.
Well, I think our knowledge has been increased, alhamdulillah, and I think the experience also is one thing that is something that I write home about. So when I go back in the Gambia, I will continue the job that I'm doing, that is making sure that I protect the rights of children in line with the principles and the standards of the United Nations Convention on the Rights of the Children, and to also make sure that we restructure organization, because one thing I've realized that COCs back in the Gambia do not have a well-structured, are not well-structured rather. So my organization will also embark on restructuring to make sure that we have all the foundations and the necessary things that we need to do in order to stand as a CSO. Because if you look at us, we are a social entrepreneur, we are entrepreneurship. Our organization is there to solve a social problem using a model wherein we generate funds and go back to the organization or to the community and effect change.
The fellows are expected to be back in the Gambia by Saturday, and we hope they will return having scooped some awards. A Leadership and Spirit Award is normally presented to deserving participants, and for the past few years, Gambia has received both. Reporting from East Legon, Accra, Ghana, I am Jambur.
We will go with a short commercial break. When we return, we hear about a foundation which continues its philanthropic work, giving to schools and hospitals. And we also get to hear why a fisherman decided to name his boat QTV. Do stay tuned.
With so many things to do in a single day, it's important to have a network you can trust. When there's family and friends to connect with and business calls to make, you need a network that is reliable and fast. talk longer, browse faster, go farther, and roam wider. When your network is solid, the world is your oyster. QCell, your trusted network in the Gambia.
Welcome back, and thanks for joining us. This is QTV News. Ivor Bachman Foundation, the Gambia, on Monday donated medical items to Kanifing General Hospital. The donation is meant to promote effective care to patients in the maternity wards. Mam Jara Sise reports.
The medical items donated are geared towards promoting effective care to the patients in the maternity unit of the hospital. The items include orthopedic equipment, surgical gowns, bandages, gloves, drips, sutures, delivery beds, and catheters, amongst others. Isatou Ivo Job, president of the Ivo Bachman Foundation, explains why the foundation is helping the health sector.
Beds, and then we thought, why not? It's better for them to have it. It'll be useful to them. Kanifing General Hospital serves thousands of patients every year. They have many deliveries, so this bed will be useful to all the women that come here to deliver.
Ivo Bachman explains the benefits of the donated items.
The project for 15 years to bring things from Sweden to take to Gambia. And one of the hospital who was one we give more is Serakunda Hospital. And we give most for the maternity and the labor work.
Babukar Sen, head of admin at Kanifing General Hospital, thanked the foundation.
Hospital consumables, which we believe will go a long way in improving maternity services in this hospital. As we all know, health is everybody's business. The government has been doing its best, but as we always say, we cannot leave everything in the hands of government. We need the support of well-meaning individuals. We need the support of NGOs, non-profits like Ivo Bachman Foundation.
Ivo Bachman Foundation, the Gambia, is a non-profit organization based in Sweden, and the Gambia chapter was established in 2017. The foundation focuses on giving support to the education and the health sectors. Reporting for QTV News, I am Mamjara Asise.
A fishing boat named QTV on Sunday made its maiden voyage on the coast of Gunjur Beach. The boat owner says he chose the name because he is appreciative of Q Group's quality service delivery.
The launching was attended by fishermen from the fishing communities in Kombo South District, including members of Gunjur Folka Association. The naming of the boat after QTV is in appreciation of quality service delivery, which is manifested by QTV, Q Radio, and QCell in the areas of communication. Sarah Bandong, a fisherman at Gunjur Beach, said people will benefit from the services that will be rendered by the newly inaugurated fishing boat. He expressed his delight while describing the owner of the new boat as a generous man who likes helping people.
We are happy because lots of people benefit from fishermen. When you have a new boat, people will call you requesting fish. Some will even knock at your door at night for help. Your help solved their problems because of the service of the boat at sea. The benefits are numerous, not only for the owner, but staff working under him and the entire community.
A representative of Gunjur Beach Folka Association, Mohammed Nur, described the event as a memorable one. He said the objective of their association is to promote and strengthen unity among fishermen. He says fishermen have lots of challenges. The cost of fuel is expensive, and when the catch is poor, the trip becomes a waste of fuel, which discourages fishermen. So we are appealing to the government to reduce and stabilize the price of fuel. Musa Jame, the owner of the newly inaugurated boat,
explains what motivated him to come up with such an initiative.
When I made this boat, the reason that motivated me to name it after QTV is because I realized that it is a company full of benefits. It serves the community effectively and efficiently. Also, for us as fishermen, whenever we go out for fishing, QCell is the only reliable network we depend on. I am a person who believes in hard work, and people or groups who equally do similar things are always appreciated.
This newly inaugurated board named after QTV is expected to provide direct employment opportunities to youths who will be employed as staff. For QTV News, Lamin Alaj Fandin Davo.
A National Air Access Committee was inaugurated by the Gambia Tourism Board under the Ministry of Tourism and Culture. The establishment of the committee is expected to encourage potential investors to access the Gambia's airspace. Ibrahim Abalde reports.
The inauguration of the National Air Access Committee was welcomed by many, and the event was attended by dignitaries from various government departments and civil society organizations. The Minister for Tourism, Hamad Nkeba, said the setting of the National Air Access Committee was long overdue. He tasked the committee with taking up the challenge for a successful implementation of their aims and objectives.
We are not fighting anybody, we just want to create competition. I think that message also is clear. We are not against anyone, we are not fighting anybody. Everybody is a partner. We want to partner with anyone, but we want also to own our freedom and own our industry and decide how we manage our industry. Because this industry today has become the fastest growing sector of the world economy. And that you cannot do without it. Every country has gone into tourism because it's the only one that with or without rain, when you have it, you are guaranteed to pay your civil servants. You are guaranteed to exist as a nation.
According to Mr. Ba, we should take up the challenge and make Gambia a better tourist destination. He added that we should put issues of bureaucracy and get people on board to make the initiative succeed. Bunanjai, the managing director of Senegambia Beach Hotel, also shared his views.
Something that it's overdue. Thanks to the collapse of Thomas Cook, we would not have been sitting down here thinking what we should have done probably a couple of years ago. Thank you to this new government also for opening up these opportunities and creating a level playing field in the tourism industry. We all know that it is important and very vital to get air access to make any destination for that matter prosper. And this is what we have been lacking. Again, we need to be free of tour operator dependency, like Mr. Satijan said earlier on. It is high time that we now look at other avenues, other markets, continuity to create all year round jobs to ensure that people are employed, to ensure that also that there is enough revenue that government is collecting from this sector.
Basiru Jawara, a business tycoon, says the Gambia tourism sector should be more advanced than it is. Managers from a variety of hotels also mention some of the challenges they have been facing during the 22 years of the former regime. They also said that setting up the airspace committee will help Gambia manage its own airspace, which will be advantageous to the country. Ibrahim Abalde, QTV News.
Before we end this bulletin of the news, let's take a quick look at our main news stories. As President Barrow's nationwide tour gets going, he says his main focus is on developing the country and making it better for all Gambians. Vice President Dr Isatou was at the launch of the Rice Value Chain Transformation Program, which is expected to transform this country's rice growing sector. On the second day of the TRRC sitting at Jambur, we heard from more victims of ex-President Jammeh's 2009 witch hunt. And we hear from some of the 13 Gambians currently taking part in the Young African Leadership Initiative YALI in Ghana. The initiative is the brainchild of former U.S. President Barack Obama. That's all we have for you on tonight's news edition. Join us tomorrow for more news. Bye for now.